When you think about a river, you may think of a stream that leads into a larger body of water, like a pond, lake, or ocean. All water is not created equal. In fact, stagnant water is toxic. Water needs to flow. Jesus uses a river to explain one of the greatest gifts of being a believer in and a carrier of the Spirit of Jesus Christ. He didn't just say we'd be full of water. He specifically decreed that multiple streams of living water will flow from within us when we believe. The distinction is so important. Hello friends, this is Christina with Dirt Road Diva, and I am thrilled to be here today to invite you and welcome you to day 50 of 100 days of Believing Bigger. We have officially made it to the halfway mark, and I am just so excited. You know, there have been times in my life when I have totally dropped the ball on things, where I have lost interest and just let things fall off, where some could say I have been a quitter. But when I started this, I knew in my heart there is no way, if it is within my power, that I'm going to quit this. I'm going to see it through all the way. So being to the halfway mark is a big deal for me. And I'm so thankful to have you guys along on this journey with me. What a wonderful experience it has been thus far. That brings us to today, where we are talking about inner faith. And we've been talking about that for a while, how important faith is, how that is the first step. But inner faith is the first step. To really step into believing bigger of God's full abundance and calling for our lives, then we need to have an outer flow. So today is appropriately titled Inner Faith, Outer Flow. Here's what Marshawn had to write about today. She said, "So often we misconstrue faith to be about believing God for something to come to us. But Jesus promised something greater. We have the endowment of supernatural anointing already within us, giving us the purpose of life. Faith is about trusting the Holy Spirit that He will move from the inside out, and that God will equip the mind that we need to solve the problems that might come our way." I interrupt this programming to bring you Phoebe. She was running around here like a crazy little dog, and now she's acting all innocent and calm, but she was literally running circles around me and barking and just being super cute and playful. So I thought, you know what? She is excited about the 100 days of Believing Bigger, making it to the halfway mark also. So we're just going to bring her on camera for a little bit so you can see how cute she is also. Let's go ahead and look at our verse of the day. We are going to be reading out of the book of John. John 7:38. "Whoever believes in me, as scripture has said, rivers of living water will flow from within them." And brothers and sisters, that is a great visual of not just what our life needs to look like, but what it needs to be in action. Marshawn closes up today by saying, how wonderful would it be for us to shift our perspective to embrace the abundant life that Jesus says within, as opposed to looking outside of ourselves for what He has already given us. She closes in saying, when we believe that we matter and unapologetically own that God has given us a special endowment for his higher purpose. We understand that the larger body of water we're feeding into is the ocean of God's love, plan, and glory. I love that visual. Here's the question that I want you to think about the next couple of days as you meditate on that scripture and on today's journal entry. The question of the day is, how does the notion of being a carrier of living water flowing from you help you to understand your identity and purpose? I think that our identity is something that we have been carrying around a lot easier, our identity in Christ. That's an easier concept for us to hold on to for some reason. But what I see that we often struggle with is our purpose, not just as individuals, but what is the purpose of this whole thing called life? What are we doing here? Well, John chapter 7, verse 38 gives us an idea of what we're doing. And we know that life is meant to be lived abundantly and to have a flow from within us that is God-given and to share that with the world around us. Let's go ahead and close in prayer. Lord, I believe you and I believe in what you've pre-built me to do. I am a vessel and a carrier of supernatural goodness. Let it flow from within me in exponential ways. Amen. Thank you again for being here for these first 50 days. I'm trying to figure out how to do some type of giveaway. It's a little bit harder on YouTube than it has been on my Facebook community because there, although I have like 30,000 followers on that page, they are almost all US based. So doing a giveaway is very easy because I can just ship something. YouTube is very different. I have a small following here, but it is from all over the world. So I'm trying to figure that out, but I want to let you know that I do want to figure out a way to bless you guys for blessing me. And when I have more details on that, I will be sure to share it. So thank you for blessing me. And when I have more details on that, I will be sure to share it. So thank you again for joining us, and I hope that you have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye.